I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. That's what I thought was going to happen when I went to Spring Hill, Tennessee today to go to the GM plants. And so I went there because of the UAW strike and the contract negotiations, because they've kind of fallen apart, or I don't know actually what's going on. But I assumed that there was going to be picketing and something like, something of that nature. Instead, I didn't find that at all. Hardly found anybody to talk to, but the people that I did talk to were pretty interesting, and I made a video about it. So, check it out. Hey everybody, here I am. I'm in Spring Hill, Tennessee. This is the GM. I'm in the parking lot of the GM plant. You can kind of see around here what's going on. I came here to try to see what I could find out about the contracts and the UAW strike, because as you may know, they rejected it. The workers rejected the proposed contract. So I came here and I was talking to a guy right over here. I'm not going to put him on camera, but his name's Joey. He works security, and he told me, he kind of gave me an introduction to the place. If you can see these vehicles right here, these are the Cadillac Lyriq. This is the EV that they produce. And this lot right here is just vehicles that need some sort of, they may or may not need to be looked over. But anyway, his job is to kind of make sure that nobody comes in here. And he was telling me that people do come in here and get quickly escorted out. But Joey also told me that in Nashville, that there was maybe, could have been, I assume it was organized, but he said that there were 11 vehicles that just got stolen right out of one of the plants up there. I don't know if it was, I assume it was also a GM plant. But he said that also as well, people are out here, obviously not taking the catalytic converters off these because these are EVs. But he said that, that's a problem, as it is everywhere else. People are taking catalytic converters off of vehicles out here as well. So, they employ third-party people like him to watch over the lot and ensure that it doesn't happen. So anyway, that's what's going on right there. And here is one of the factories. I don't actually know what these guys do. This may be a stamping factory. It may not. But what I'm going to do is look around here. I'm going to go over back out this way. Joey tells me is the Ultium plant, so I'm going to go over that way and see what I can find out. There it is. If you guys can read that, that says Ultium Cells. That's where we're going now. I don't think we're going to be able to get in, but this is where they produce the EV batteries, the EV cells for the EV batteries. You can see it, guys. That's a bunch of those Lyriq EVs. I mentioned those before. Those are the ones that Joey, the guy who I met before, the guy working security, he was telling me all about these vehicles. I'll tell you something later about these, which will definitely shock you. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of these here. So they produce the GMC Acadia, here we go, here's some people. GMC Acadia, the Cadillac Lyriq, which is the EV, and then the Cadillac XT5 and XT6. And yeah, so I don't know. Well, unfortunately, I think this is it, guys. There's really very few people out here. Certainly not a bunch of people picketing in favor of better UAW conditions. That's what I kind of assumed would be here, but I ended up talking to Joey, who was a really nice guy who works for a third-party security firm over in another lot. He kind of told me what was going on. Apparently there's not really a bunch of people out here UAW members out here, you know, picketing or doing anything like that. Instead, what you're really going to find is a bunch of bare lots like this, and a bunch of big, gigantic factory buildings, and maybe just a few workers, you know, trickling in and out, but no waves of people. Unfortunately, nobody to talk to. So anyway, the reason I came out here was that I saw that the UAW hadn't ratified the contract that, you know, was put forward for this plant, and that was very recent news. So I assumed, you know, I kind of came here on a lark and thought, well, there probably will be a bunch of people picketing outside, but you know, unfortunately, as you can see out here, it's just like this. It's just, you know, business as usual today. Nevertheless, got some good footage of this place, and hopefully gave you guys a better idea of what it looks like out here. The coolest thing I think I saw was just how many of the like Lyriq EVs there are in random lots. I showed you that first one, and there were probably, I've probably seen half a dozen other ones. I think if you can, I'll show you up that way, but you guys can see it right there. That whole up above there, those are all Lyriq EVs. So that's another lot of them. Over that way, there's like a shop, and maybe it's a bunch of, it looked like a bunch of technicians were probably working on them, working on the Lyriq EVs. So probably, I'm sure that they have a bunch of problems. They're a brand new vehicle and they're EVs, so it's new technology, and they're going to have to work out the kinks. Yeah, that's what I would, I don't know, that's what I found out about this place. I found out another amazing thing, which I don't even know if I should tell you, but I'll tell you anyway. The guy who I was talking to in security he was just telling me, you know, these vehicles are all out here, and I assume this holds true for all vehicle manufacturers, but he was saying that all of the vehicles that you see parked out here, all of those Lyriqs that I showed you over there, all of the GM Acadias that they make here, all of the XT5s and the XT6, which are the Cadillac vehicles that they make, all of them just sit out in these lots with keys in them. It was literally saying that, you know, people get out here, and you know, there have been thefts of the vehicles there. I guess there was a big theft of them in Nashville. Somebody, obviously that was organized in nature, somebody took like 11 Acadias, if I'm remembering correctly from what he told me. So a professional, you know, theft ring, they, you know, took advantage of that fact, which is something I didn't know coming here, but I guess it's probably something that everybody does know about these places. Ultimately, again, I failed to get the opinion of anybody, but you know, oh well, that's how it goes.